Today's video, we're going to cover the application of using a food scale and weighing your food to control your macronutrients and calorie intake, as well as a couple tips and tricks that have helped me after so many years of using this. So most food scales have two different buttons. One of them is going to be the power, and it'll also say 0. Some of them say tare, T-A-R-E. It is the same thing. It does the same exact thing as 0. And then the other one is going to be your units, okay? So this one has 4 different units. It goes through grams, fluid ounces, milliliters, and pound ounces. So some of them don't always have all of these options, but I'll show you in the tips and tricks section what you can do if yours does not have every single one of these options. Okay guys, so before you start weighing your food out, you're gonna want a plate, a bowl, whatever you're gonna be eating in, or Tupperware if that's what you're using. You're gonna put it on the scale and immediately see that the scale is going to read the weight of whatever container you're using. So what you want to do before you start putting your food in there is zero it out with this bowl. So now this is completely 0. Any additional food or weight that I put in here, it will be accounting for whatever food that we are sticking in there and not taking into consideration the bowl itself. I'm prescribed to eat 125 grams of rice, 9 ounces of chicken, and we'll say 100 grams of some sort of vegetable. I'm going to start with the rice. We're going to take this, make sure it is in grams, and I'm going to scoop in. So I went over a little bit by 5 grams, so we'll take out just a little bit. And that's 125 grams exactly. So now you may be wondering, how are we supposed to do the chicken if there's already food on here? This is what this 0 or tare button is for. You can press that, and now with the food on there, it'll automatically put it to 0. So now I can change my unit to ounces. 8.9 ounces, that's close enough for me. We'll make that 9 ounces. Once again, I'm gonna weigh out my vegetables, so we're gonna zero it out. We'll change it back to grams. I don't have any cooked veggies, so we're gonna use this piece of squash as an example. You would just put it in there and pretend that says 100. So that's that simple, guys. This is your meal weighed out, and you're ready to go. So we're going to pretend that these are egg whites. I don't want to waste my egg whites, so we're just using a cup of water. You have 2 options for foods or liquids like this. If you don't want to dirty another bowl like I'm about to, I'll show you a little tip. So just like with egg whites or any other liquid, if you're prescribed fluid ounces, there is a fluid ounces on a lot of scales. So I have 5 fluid ounces to eat. So I'm going to pour in 5 fluid ounces. 5 fluid ounces exactly, and then I'm good to go. Now, if you don't want to dirty this extra bowl and you want to pour your fluid ounces directly into the pan, now we're going to pretend this is our pan, put it off to the side, and we're going to put our carton of egg whites or milk or whatever liquid it is that we're using and zero it out from the carton. And now anything that we dump out of this, we can set it back down on the scale and you can see it goes negative. That means I have poured 1.9 fluid ounces into this bowl. I'm gonna try to get to 4, 2.8, so you just keep going and checking. 3.6, we'll go one more time, just a little splash. 4 fluid ounces, and there's a negative sign, which means that 4 fluid ounces have come out of this container and have been added to my pan that I am cooking my egg whites in. All right, tip number 2 is going to be things like peanut butter. This is a weird kind of mixture between a liquid and a solid, and too many people get this wrong, and it can lead to an increase in your calories that you're intaking without you even realizing. Now, if you are someone who is not putting the peanut butter jar on the scale, you are scooping it out and then taking it from your spoon onto a bowl, sandwich, or whatever and weighing that, what is going to happen with all the extra peanut butter that's on the spoon or your finger? You're probably gonna eat it, let's be honest. So I highly recommend doing this same trick that we just talked about, putting it on the scale, zeroing it out, and then I'm going to pull 2 grams of peanut butter from here. And this is 4 grams of peanut butter, okay? Whenever I scoop this off, this is still going to be a total of 4 grams, right? No matter if I eat this that's on the spoon or not, 4 grams were coming out of the jar, therefore I'm accounting for 4 grams. When you are just scooping it out and then pouring it into your sandwich, there's a bunch of extra peanut butter that is going to be eaten and not being tracked, which peanut butter is an extremely calorie dense food. It can lead up to hundreds of calories that you're eating without even realizing. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys that are just getting started out on using a food scale and tracking your macros. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on if this was helpful or if you want to see any other content that you believe would be super helpful to making your journey that much easier.